Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Eaton here. Today we're continuing our quest with Dorraj, our Sword Saint, and his two assistants, our Triumvirate, to complete this Pathfinder Kingmaker playthrough. Let's see. We just got done showing off the Lonely Barrow and where I'm eventually going to go to power level up my character, essentially. Again, it is cheap, it is cheesy, it is not impossible, and of course, since it's in the game and I don't exploit anything that isn't part of the game, I still feel like it's fair. They could have patched it out at any given time. Obviously, they didn't want to. So, we're going to use that exploit to make sure our character jumps up 3 or 4 levels Johnny on the spot. Now, that's not going to be today, I don't think. But we are going to run 3 to 4 hours worth of content today. I'm trying to do about 3 to 4 hours every day for you guys. It takes about 12 hours to process everything, and that's even with me doing my crappy modified versions of it where I'm trimming stuff just the teeny tiniest bit to make sure it's a complete video. So, again, it doesn't flow as smooth as some other people's channels. For that, I do apologize. If you want other people that have done a phenomenal job with them and their cadre of teammates and assistants and helpers, feel free to check out Code Carnage. He is amazing. He's not a YouTuber per se. He has stuff on YouTube, but he really does the Twitch streaming. He's amazing at it. He's done this playthrough, or not this one, but Pathfinder Kingmaker playthroughs 2 separate times. First time he didn't complete it, and only because there were so many bugs and it was very early release of the game. After that, about a year later, he came back after they patched a shit ton of stuff, which is where we're at now, and has completed it in its entirety. Highly recommend watching his channel. He does a very, very good job. And he does it in briefer snips than me, so you can actually watch a video for like 30 minutes and poof, he's basically done each video. So his playthrough, I want to say, was like 200 and some videos long. So again, we expect to have over 100 videos on my channel, since I'm doing about an hour long blocks per. Let's see here. We have Chief Scale, Cowardly Traders. Oh wait, what the hell am I doing here? This is a different playthrough. No, stop. Go away. Stop it. I forgot I was deleting around on a different build yesterday. This is Decion, by the way, for those of you that are wondering what I was actually doing here. I was testing out, like I had told you guys before, there is an amazing possible synergy with the fact that you can make an undead character now with the mods that I have, Eldritch Arcana being the one that you would need for sure, where you can make an undead character like we have on our team usually, and that undead character doesn't have a con stat, but they do have charisma for their con stat. So their charisma dictates their hit points. Their charisma dictates their fortitude saves. Now, weirdly, it doesn't count as modified charisma. So if you have a charisma end game, you can have it all the way up to 24. And I don't know that that would all play into it. Or that should all play into it. The other stuff that you would add to your charisma, like the kick-ass charisma hat +8. The potion that we're going to get from Bakum, that's a +2 to all your stats, including charisma. That would put your +8 now to a +10. So we could get charisma technically up to a 34. Easy peasy in this game, quite frankly. And I'm not seeing that you're getting that extra additional charisma bonuses, which is another +5 to the modifier in hit points, which by the way would be another 100 hit points if it works, but it doesn't appear to, and it would be another +5 to your fortitude saves if it worked, and that doesn't appear to work either. So just your naked charisma is what's boosting your hit points and your fortitude saves on an undead build, just so we're clear. That's what I was testing out. Plus I wanted to see if I could make myself a decent Eldritch Scion using the undead bloodline and making him undead. I know it's a lot of undead speak, but point is I was testing him out to see if it was viable, and it definitely seems to be. I don't know that he would be soloable to do that. You would definitely want to do 19 levels of Eldritch Scion for any kind of build. It doesn't have to be undead bloodline, but thematically it makes sense. And make your character undead, and then 1 level dip into Scaled Fist Monk. If you did that, I bet you could solo the game quite readily on a harder difficulty, which, by the way, that video, the beginning of this video that you saw, the mess up where I was in his character and his team, yeah, I am trying on the harder difficulty just to see how tough he is. That's part of the reason I'm doing that, because I want to find out, because this right now is normal playthrough. This, well, slightly better than normal. It's not hard difficulty, it's not unfair difficulty, to be honest. It is not even challenging. It is a modified version of normal. Normal, for whatever reason in this game, sets the bad guy swinging at 0.8%, or sorry, 0.8 times their damage. Not 1x, 0.8x, which is weird. So I set it to 1x. That's why it's not normal, but it's not challenging. Challenging would increase or inflate their stats, and I think that's wrong too. So I'm playing it the normal version, because quite frankly I don't want to beat my head into a wall every day scumming a fight. We got plenty of difficult fights as it is. So back to the game. You see we have 3 days, 7, 8, and 12 days. He has a DC check. He may not make it. So we want to make sure we're in our zone. Where are we as far as peeps and happiness? Let's check our journal here. See what we got going on. If there's something we can do in our kingdom per se. So close, those are done. Curse of Candlemere. That's not in our kingdom, I don't think, but we can check that. That might be still in our kingdom. Prove your worth. Waiting for these guys to come back. Curse. Where's our part 2 curse? We got a little bit of time. Definitely want to get at least a couple rank ups in there. If not 3 or 4 would be ideal, but that's going to be damn near 60 days worth of rank ups, just so we're clear. And that's fine. And that's, I mean, that's what they're there for. It's one of the reasons I messed up. She's returned her craft. Okay, she's good. We're waiting for him to tell us what's going on for the onslaught armor, and Bakken's doing his form. So it sounds like we've done all our quests that we needed to get done. That doesn't mean there's not exploration that can be done. Curse of Candlemere still needs to be finished. And again, we haven't done that one, not for any other reason other than it is a tough area. But now that we have Jubiloss on force bombs, and the fact that we have at least 2 teammates, including Jubiloss, that can buff us with resistance to electricity, I think that might be something worth trying out today. Let's go to the overhead map. Well, first let's make sure we got gear. And we have enough for 1 camping. I think that'll be enough. Let's go. Let's do this thing. Is there anything I need to drop off? I actually do need to talk to him though real quick just to sell some stuff. Or a thing. Rust relics, anything important? Coin. Sweet. Thank you. Peace out. We're trying to get one of our advisors today up to rank 3. Not the economist, Jubiloss, the economy guy, but it's definitely something worth doing. I can start selling that stuff too. The reason for that is I think once we get any of the other 4 advisors up to rank 3, I think they'll give us the option to be making yet another advisor to get hired. When we start doing that, things start snowballing quite quickly. So, pretty awesome. I think this is in our territory. We will find out. Quick save, of course, we can come right back to this spot. And I think it went this way instead of this way, by the way, because this was not completed. See that? The signs don't show you the dotted connections. So we'd complete the connections. It would have probably been faster if we went the other way. So we just need to pay attention to those sort of things. Looks like we have a cheap fight to start things off. Oh, we got a wounded teammate, no less. Oh, where is this fight?
Their life ends here!
Proto. No, don't get crazy on me here, kid. We're going to have a skeleton line here. Skeletons don't do very well against the electric attacks that we're going to face at Candlemere, so I don't mind using up 1 or 2 of them before we even get there. Jubiloss, but we do not want to waste your bombs, son. You need to straight up dunk this. There you go. Dora. I need a... Notice, by the way, we have speed weapon. I'm not using it. And you may wonder why. Quick pause to show you. Remember we talked about our temper enhancements. You see how I have +2? It should be +3. Why is it +2? Because I made it flaming. Flaming takes a point. Same with frost or electric or keen. Notice it's keen, but it's not taking a point. That's because my weapon is already keen. It's built into the weapon. So I don't need to waste the point to enhance it further. You can't. 17 to 20 is all I'm going to get on this type of weapon. That's fine with me. The +2, like I said, there should be a +3. If I took the flaming away and reactivated it, it would be +3. Now, that would stack with my enhancement +1 of the weapon. So it would be a +4 weapon for damage, +4 for its swing. So right now it's a +3, +3 for swing and for damage. And then, of course, adding 1d6 of fire damage, which I'm totally on board with. Now, if I made it a speed weapon, this is why I bring this to your attention. Speed takes 3 points. So obviously I could make a flaming speed weapon right now. because I only have 3 points to spend, because I have a temporary enhancement plus 3. So I can make a speed weapon, and it would say enhancement plus 1, keen, speed. That's all I'd get. So my swing would be kind of crappy. My extra damage would be kind of crappy. I'd get an extra attack, a full attack, and my full base attack bonus. So there's that. But that's, again, something for you to decide whether that's worth doing. Now, of course, when you're fighting toe-to-toe with someone and you're not charging into battle, a speed weapon is actually pretty baller. There are ways to find speed weapons in the game. I'll show you that here in a moment, but let's do this fight. Take that doofus out. Alright, these guys are doing their thing. We got anything to worry about back here? Here's a sentinel, archer, kobold. Maybe the archer. And we have enough of these things that I don't mind maybe pulling out a set of pups on them. Wolf, eat his faces off. Oh, we have a mutagen guy here. Didn't even see him. It's okay. We're going to delay your turn past your skeletons, so the skeletons can bug this guy. Okay. And now you are going to cantrip this fool. Oh, or not, because he's already dead. Never mind. Well, how about we delay again? Past the wolves. Get Jubilost up here to shoot this fool.
Primitives.
Nice shot, Juby. That shot crossbow of his has been pretty pimp for him. Charge this fool. Nice. And you see I've scared the hell out of the guy. Got my little aura going on. And I intimidated at my check, and he failed at his will save, which means he is afraid of me because of the Bogeyman's robe that I'm wearing. Pretty awesome. Eliza, why don't you do more of the same? Very nice. Okay, well, you might have to come over here and shoot this fool. Sneak attack. Alright. Now, I don't envision that we have lots of treasure here, but again, we will take stuff. Let's just take it all. Looks like it's all white. The Candlemere is a permanent fixture, as far as a location on your map. So if you want to dump treasure there that's, you know, weighing you down, feel free to do so. You can always come back for it later, and it's reasonably close to your base, as you can see. What do I got over here that's pulsing with light? This thing? That's probably that thing. Oh, the Hodag lair. We need to do that eventually. But we're heading here. And we want to see if we're still in the area. We are still in the area. So, first things first. Quick save. Remember our date. We're trying our best to be available scum saving wise so that we can pass that check that he's about to make in 3 days. So, that may be 2 days now. Let's take a quick gander. Yeah, 2 days. So by the 25th, we need to be out of here, making sure that we've saved ahead of time before the 25th. So that if he does make that check, we're fine. We save again. If he doesn't make the check, we scum save, go back until he does make it. Alright, let's see. Who do we have here? We already scoped out here earlier. That doesn't mean that you found everything the first time through. Remember, we're higher level now. We have different teammates probably. As such, we have better perception. So there's entirely possible that there's something here missed. So feel free to wander the same areas before. We didn't get too far into this map. Again, this is just to let you know that there's someone that's already here. And again, if you had received the quest, which we have not done, there's a guy that comes to you saying that he has sent adventurers here. And he's looking for someone to basically find out what the hell happened to his people. So since we are here, and we're clearly here for the duration, we might as well buff up. At least our long-lasting buffs. Thank God Jimmy's here so he can give us the really good stuff. So we have invisibles we can see now. Delayed poison for the team. And we're about to make ourselves electric protected. Sadly, that's not amazing, but it's what it is. I am not going to waste target bomb mixtures on these guys. I like the splash damage. It actually adds to our damage since they kind of crowd together. We did fight our way already to here, so chances are we're probably fine. But again, feel free to explore. Look for the stuff that you may have missed.
In due time.
Treasure-wise, you may not have scoped the area out to your liking. And we would hate to miss out on treasure. And certainly would hate to miss out on items that can be merged together, because those scraps of armor and the scraps of, you know, necklaces and rings and whatever else can make you a really nice piece of equipment with these Storytellers' help. So, about here is where we were left off. As a matter of fact, before we get crazy into this, I definitely want to top her off, don't I? Now remember, Ljuba is our potion guy. If you're ever using a potion on the team and he's there, he should be the one using the potion on you if you're not in combat. Why? Remember, he has enhanced potion that uses the caster level instead of the potion. It uses, let me show it to you here. It uses his caster level as an alchemist. So he's level 8, so if the potion can use caster level 8, it will. The potion we just gave her has a cap of caster level 5. But again, it's a caster level 1 potion normally. Here we go. Torn Damp Page. I've described the plant and the wound it caused as soon as I could. I hope in the future I'll be able to show these notes to some druid to learn more about this stuff. Should have known better than to go into a bush thicket. The slope was steep and it was dangerous to climb here anyway. Even if these lights creatures won't bother us. Rismal started to behave strangely early this morning. He acted like a real madman. Made me search for the shortcut to the ruins, then refused to heal me when I got wounded by the thorn. Damn priest constantly pushes us ahead. Supposedly he had a message from Nethys himself, and while his god is waiting for him in the tower, the cleric has no time for petty matters. I'm starting to believe all these rumors about the followers of Nethys and their unreliability were true. Nethys, by the way, for those that don't know, is a fictional god in this game. Nethys is one of the gods that is depicted by the mask, where like half the mask is white and half of it is black, because he's duality. He's basically batshit crazy. He's half the time you think he's going to try to save the world, half the time you think he's going to try to destroy it. So you never really know what you're getting with Nethys is the point here, and his followers are basically the same. I wanted to turn back and leave the gold where it belongs, but Bright persuaded me to keep moving forward. According to him, this Gunderson guy has got the wrong meaning of the word treasure. This is the guy that supposedly was supposed to send us here to find out what happened to his party. We never met him. He never came to the castle. So we're either doing this early, or we just missed the interaction with the guy, which is still fine, because we can still do this. I don't know that it's going to mess anything up, but we will find out, I guess, together. The paladin is convinced that the treasure which really is hidden in the tower is some priceless magic knowledge left there by ancient dwellers of the island, but he's not sure he can get to the place through the thickets without my help. If I had it my way, I'd just leave this mess as it is. I seriously doubt our client is interested in some dusty old books, but this argument won't work for the cleric, who worships a god of magic, and the paladin, who serves a god of knowledge. Yeah. Bright tried to heal my wound by himself. As a result, it is almost closed, but still stings bitterly. I hope it's a passing side effect, because at least for now I have no way back. So the three guys, one's a paladin, one's a cleric, and this other guy that's writing the note was wounded.
Aha!
And
A test of my abilities.
he got wounded by going through this mess. So yay, we should totally try to do that Lord Nature check. We have a war wisp. Looks like just the one. So yay us. Because it's just the one, I'm not going to waste a bomb on it if I don't have to. Did I buff up? I don't think I did. And again, I'm not going to use my necklace. I need to have my cat out, though. And I'm going to charge this fool. Proto, you... Try to hit him. I am curious what his armor is. 27 touch armor class. Alright. We may need some help here. Let's see. He can come over here. GB. We may do that bomb now that I think about it. The reason for it is, even if it misses, we get splash. So, he did miss, as you see. He's got rapid shot on, which by the way doesn't do him a damn bit of good for bombs right now. So I might as well just shut that off, because that -2 penalty is kind of screwing him over. We want to spread the team out a little bit, because these guys will cast Lightning Bolt, as you can see. We'd rather have some of the team get hit and not all of the team get hit. She can hit him with auto moves, but I think these guys are immune to spells. So, let's see if we can hit him with these, because I think you can hurt him with these. Oh, actually, let's do Acid. Acid is almost like universal. Screw you. That works. At least it does damage. And we're going to pull you right over here because we really need you to engage so that we can get some sneak attack if she ever does hit this thing. Dora, 5-foot step. We're here, sir. You need to cast yourself a spell to protect you.
This will hurt!
Okay. And just to see how we did on there, 14 out of 27. He has no armor besides his touch armor, so really this is all he's got. So at least that's something. So everybody's just as likely to hit it, whether it's with your weapon or with your touch attack. So feel free to just go hog wild. Obviously magic missiles are the key to beating this guy, but we don't have any of those. If we do, we have only a few. I am going to have her buff her up.
Yes.
Do so. Ljuba lost. Hit another bomb on this fool. Liza.
Do not hold back.
This strike! My masterpiece!
Quick save. Now let's actually buff up like we should have in the first place, because I'm an idiot.
Yes. Together we stand.
Have this one. And that one. And I have to remember she has that Bein weapon ability, which will increase her swing by a +2 and do 2d6 extra force damage to the target. Now we can use this, I should point out, we can use this nature check to kind of skip some bad guys. But it actually teleports you to a spot where I think you either have to climb the mountain immediately or you're in the thick of the bad guys over here. So it's we're going to fight the whole map. Might as well fight the whole map in my opinion. Up to you though. Obviously we'll do the check later just to get the XP, but that's again another story. Having said that, now we know we're going to fight right here. So I want to kind of spread out a little. Don't quite catch it in time. As you see, we took a little damage. They get a little spam happy. They only have a couple of those attacks they get to do, and then they have to melee the hell out of you. Let's see if we can cause them some problems with some puppers over there.
We shall overcome.
If it causes a beam to arc off in a direction that doesn't hit the rest of the team or the rest of the team, I'm cool with that. So, Ljuba lost. You're coming up here because there's two side by side. You know what that means. Even if we miss, we win. Yeah. Proto. I want you to delay your turn past Dora.
You should have run!
Solid 36, bro. Awesome. Proto, 5-foot stagger step this way. And try your best to hit this guy.
Hear you cry.
No, we're going to have to get lucky on that. She needs like a 14 or better. That's a pretty gnarly swing. Liza. Get a little of that Bein going on. There you go. Oh, that's sexiness right there. Cool, cool. Puppers are there just as a distraction. That was perfect. Ljuba lost. We're going to delay your turn past the rest of the team. Dora, charge this fool. By the way, my necklace, I believe, does work on these fools, but I don't want to hurt my team. So the magic damage, the 2d6 of damage, and a big hog and aura around me, I could have that on right now, but my team's here, and I don't want to dilly dink around with that mess. Proto, it's your turn. You might as well. Well, let's see if we can actually damage it with anything other than. I don't think we can. Yeah, sadly, no. Worth a try. Ljuba, you need to step away from this fool. And I'm not going to waste a bomb
Will
on
they
it.
ever learn?
Very nicely done, sir. Eliza.
Strike as one.
I forgot to turn her Bein back on, but that's okay. Honestly, I didn't want to do it that way because she's only getting one swing. That's kind of a waste then. It burns the entire round. She only has 7 rounds of use. You can turn it on and off as needed. So obviously when she's meleeing right now, she's going to get her full attack bonus because she doesn't have to take a step. This is the best opportunity then for her to activate that thing, in my opinion. Let's activate this thing.
Don't hold back!
Cool. Solid, solid.
Die!
Still no joy on that. Ljuba lost. Now it is time for a bomb. I only got one. You can't really rely on where the bomb is going to go. If it misses, it's in front, it's behind, it's to the left, it's to the right. So we were hoping to get both. Nothing I can do about that. But this was the most weak one anyway, and it's the one I wanted to try to take out first. So, okay, now Liza's back up, and she's standing right next to him now, so she gets full attack bonus. Get the toggle on.
Do not hold back.
Still no joy. Shutting it back off so I don't waste it in case I forget. Dora,
This
come on,
will
Dora.
hurt.
Still not good enough to hit him.
Out of my way.
Ljuba lost. Pretty much carrying the team. That was okay. Not bad. Alright, your turn again, madam.
We shall overcome.
Still nothing. That's starting to piss me off. Alright. So here's how we solve that problem on the
You
next
should
turn.
have run.
We're gonna literally bust out her acid bomb ability. Or rune. I keep calling it bombs. Her acid rune. Because it auto hit. So there is that. Let's try this one
Run
more time.
them through.
Still 0 for 7 or whatever we've been at now. Bomb boy, you know what to do. That was a solid hit. Still wasn't enough to take him out. But that's okay. Now we're going to do this one. Her acid rune, remember. Oh, I should have done a 5-foot stutter step away.
Attack.
That was my mistake.
Strike.
Keep forgetting that it's a spell-like ability, and as such, you can distract her, which is what they just did. She needed to pass a concentration check. She did not do so, and therefore failed on the spell. Used it up for the day, too. That's kind of straight up sucks. Let's have you move here. I want to be able to see you.
hear you
Hide behind
cry.
the trees. Ljuba lost. You know what to do. Okay. So first, that was a mess. And part of the reason it was a mess is we were not fully prepared.
Yes?
One of the things that we can do to fully prepare is bombs do more damage if you're smart. Bombs are more likely to hit if he has better dexterity. Just to show you what we just done there. We just jumped his dexterity up to a +4, so it's either 2 points higher here or 1 point higher. Depends if he has a belt on or not. But the point is it's definitely better, which means his attack bonus is better. Same with his throwing of the bombs. Now, his intelligence went up 2 points. As you see, Fox is cunning. So again, it went up either a point here or 2 points, again, depending on if he's wearing the hat of intelligence or whatever, which I don't think he is. So it probably went up 2. That's more damage. He does more damage based on the bomb does X amount of damage plus his intelligence modifier. So instead of +5, it's +7. So it's nothing amazing, but it may have been enough to like kill them with one less bomb. See my point? Another thing that we missed out on, and I think we have it. Yes. Wand of Heroism. Something I didn't buff the team up with, because I'm stupid,
always ready.
is a Wand of Heroism. +2 to everybody's swing. By the way, you can put it here and just keep pressing 0 to reactivate it. To speed that's part of. Okay, now I will take it off because I don't like wasting it. Not that I have it on autopilot or anything silly. It's just if it's not in my personal kitty, I'm less likely to use it. But now, oops,
I'm
we
off.
have loot. Definitely want loot. Now we have another +2 to our swing. Not only skill checks and all that other fun jazz too, but not the point. The point, ooh, very nice dagger. The point is we have a much better chance to hit the guys now. You know, a +2 increase to your swing, and a +3 to 4 for him right now, by the way, thanks to his dexterity bump as well. But a +2 increase to your swing is another 10% increase. Remember, it's a 1 to 20 sided die roll, right? So if you're hitting him, like I say, I needed 14 to hit the guy in the last couple swings that we saw. And again, I can scroll up and find it for you, but I don't have to. Let's just say it's 14. So on a 14 or better, I'll hit the guy. So what does that mean? On a 20-sided die, take every number that's good to hit the target and multiply it by 5%. Okay, so if it's only on that 20 that'll hit the guy, that's only a 5% chance you'll hit him per swing. So if it's 14 or better, so it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so that's 7 times 5. So it's a 35% chance to hit. Now I just increased it 2 more points, so it's dropped down to a 12. That's instead of 35%, now a 45% chance that I'll hit the target. Again, it's not amazing, but it's definitely better, moving us in the right direction. And again, there's another trick I can do, and I will do it because I just thought of it. There is these potions that Ljuba can chug called Reduce Person. And while we could put it on, matter of fact, I will put it on 2 of the team. No, I can't because she's undead. Damn it. These guys are not dex-based. She is. But she's undead, and therefore she can't drink these potions. But Ljuba can. If we have him just chug this, he gets even teeny tinier. And remember, that's a size-based increase to his dex and a size-based bonus to his chance of hitting something, because he's teeny tiny. You see the +2? It was +1. So he has a better chance to hit because his dex went up again, and he's a tinier size, presumably hitting a larger target, so he gets another bonus as well. So he's now another +2 to hit. So he's even more likely to hit with his bombs. And again, because he drank the potion from himself as the alchemist, at the enhanced potion, instead of it lasting for 1 minute, it's an 8-minute buff, because he's a caster level 8. So that's a really nice way to juice your team a little bit. I don't trust this, so we're going to kind of scout a little.
No one stands in my way.
Remember, they're going to show up and we all get screwed.
Stand with me.
Like that. Okay. Dora. I don't think fireballs work on these guys either, so we might as well just charge this. Who are we charging, though? Nobody.
Don't hold back.
Okay. Oh,
this
we got
will
something
hurt.
Yeah, I'll take that. And again, just to show you the swing, 16 now, thanks to the +2 from heroism. That's a really nice bump for us. So again, I caught him flat-footed, and that's probably the only real reason I was able to hit these guys. But again, for that first combat round, we're going to try to find the flat-footed guys and just beam the shit out of them, right? So basically, who just attacked? Ancient Will-O-Wisp way the hell back here has not. See this? He's right here on the list. So 2 or 3 of these guys already shot their wad. This guy back here has not. So because he hasn't, he's still flat-footed for this first and only combat round. This is our best chance to hit this doofus. So, Eliza, can you charge this one? Can. Get him. There we go. Oh, I should have had that on too, damn it. Oh well. 11 versus 19 flat-footed. And this guy, remember, he is the Ancient Will-O-Wisp versus the War Wisp that these guys are. So you got to figure he's the badass, right? Different name. So the fact that we actually hit him with a 19 flat-footed, that's pretty good for us. Let's see. You're done. Ljuba now. I'd love to hit these guys. I really would. But again, we have an opportunity to catch this doofus flat-footed, so it's just even easier to hit him. So we're going to hit him with the bomb. Solid damage. Enough to knock him down because he failed his reflex save, which is hilarious to me. So he's on the ground. Obviously he'll get back up. That may provoke an attack of opportunity by Eliza, so that's awesome. Attack of opportunity straight up missed though. Yeah, he has a 27 armor. But she had a 22. I mean, she has a pretty good shot at hitting him. So, just saying. That was a bad... No, wait, that was her. That's an attack miss. Eliza. There it is. 11. I was about to say, why is she missing then? Plus 11 to his 25. And he was prone, so that's why he's at 25. He was at like 29. So she really, really needs some help here hitting this guy. Now, I can shut power attack off, fight him defensively off. These are all penalties against her swing. But I can't say as I think that that's a good idea. Maybe one, but not both. Sadly, this guy got his turn, so now no one's flat-footed. And Proto doesn't get the typical benefit of sneak attack. However, let's try to add some damage this way. If that's all we get is 17 damage, I'll call that a win. Dora.
You should have run.
Yes.
Strike.
It's okay. You waste on them all you want. Let's buff this up.
Strike as one.
There we go. I'll take that. And I'm going to move over here a little bit. Just in case he tries to do... God damn it. Wow. Oh, wasn't immune to everything. Took 6 points of damage. Okay. I saw the immune go up. I'm like, wow, I completely guffed that up. Proto, these guys are hopefully not sneak attacking, providing sneak attack bonus for you. Hey, that was a solid 25. And a 22. Skeletons are helping out. Doing work.
Don't hold back!
That's another nice one. Thor is really nice to give him a couple little buffs to make him awesome. I'm telling you, heroism is an amazing buff. Oh, I forgot to turn her thing back on. She hit it once, though. I'll happily take that. Bomb time. Pooyah. That's a 44. That was a crit. Very nicely done, sir. End your turn. It's alright. She didn't take any damage from it.
Out of my way!
We had flanking thanks to the skeleton, by the way. If you're wondering why I switched targets. I figured these guys would finish this off, so.
This will hurt!
Nice
You
work,
son of
Dora.
run!
Dora the Explorer for the win. Alright, again, I'll do this.
We shall overcome. Take that!
Big hog and whiffs all the time. Juby, bomb it. Nice. Okay, not bad. And as you can see, solid XP. I mean, we're getting good loot out of this too. So I've leveled recently, but I'd love to level again. Remember, once I get to level 11, hopefully I'll have an extra spell slot. I can go back to that place and kick that boss's ass. She's cruising right along. She just leveled, so she's a ways away. He's, again, doing pretty good for himself. He needs, what, 12,000 and change? She needs 23,000 about. And I need about the same. Actually, I need about 30,000. She needs, like, 50. So, it'll be Juby, her, me, her, if we keep the team the way it is, roughly speaking. And again, I'm okay with that. Another couple.
We will prevail.
That was fast. Alright, what we got here? An ancient. Just one? Well, that'll make my day. And the skeletons are still here, so yay us. Alright, do your thing, bro. Nope, no win. Liza. That's a dominant idiot. Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna leave room for the skeletons to come in, by the way. Juby, we may have to take a knee after this fight because we're running low on bombs, and I know I have more of this map to uncover. Proto.
Run them through.
Miss. Skeletons, can you get there before you guys evaporate? Even if it's for one round, if it takes a swing, I'll consider that a win. Dora.
Strike! I am your end!
That is just some sexy double critting right there. Liza, you know what to do, kid. You take 5 damage every round. If it takes 10 rounds to kill this guy, it's totally worth it. That's 6 from Juby. He missed. That's okay.
Let's hear you cry.
That's a 23 sneak attack right there, what that was. And there it's done. Alright. Now, treasure.
You can thank me
I
now.
do what I must.
Thank you, Jubilized. Love that little guy. He cracks me up. Ooh, we missed some treasure over here, too. Oh, we missed a dead body. Alright, like I said, oh, another dirty travel log. Only the last page is readable. Left me behind. I begged them to stay. Rimzel doesn't care. Nethys has turned the dark face to him, so the cleric is lost to us. Bright, excuse me, promised to come back, but it's been a long time since he left, and he hasn't showed up yet. I just hope the paladin survived and managed to save himself at least. These are the last words of my log. The wound is festering. Some yellow stuff oozes from it. I couldn't climb the rock and reach the ruins. Guess now I won't be able to even to stand. My skin burns and I barely can breathe. I'll die on this cursed island, and no one will ever know where I've spent my last hours. Left alone, but I'm not alone. Damn lights in the underbrush, they are closer now. I'm not delirious, they came for my death. Lights watch, want my pain. Error still take my soul. Sucks for you, bro. We got a noble warhammer, though, a minute ago. Let's actually take a quick gander at that. and a dagger. Noble Warhammer. +3 weapon. The hammer's head is covered in illegible runes. It's just a +3 Warhammer. That's fine. That's sell material as far as I'm concerned. Solid one-handed weapon. There's not a lot of Warhammers in this game that I've found. That doesn't mean they don't exist. But there are plenty of daggers. This is a dagger. Literally not a punching dagger or anything fancy. Just a dagger. But it's a +2 dagger. Finesse wielding like all daggers are. It's the same crit range of all daggers and short swords and long swords. So it's the same 19 to 20 times 2 on a crit. Notice this one is a little interesting. Sometimes the reflection of a grimacing face appears in the blade. This +2 dagger has a chance to confuse an enemy on hit. Now, just like the spell confusion. So what does that do? It's random. That's the 3 ways that I don't like confusion spell. But the confusion effect could mean multiple things. It could be no effect for this combat round. They attack us like normal. It could be they stop standing there and just kind of stare at you. It could be that they attack one of their allies. So again, you can see the appeal for wanting a dagger like this. And again, it's a solid dagger choice. Now again, not to get too crazy here, but remember I'm using mods. In case I didn't mention in the beginning, I definitely am. So if you see stuff that's different in my game than yours, you may wonder why. This is it. Notice, Bag of Tricks is one of my mods. I just want to show this to you in brief. I've mentioned it in another video before, but in case you didn't see that one, I want to show you that you can gift yourself items. I'm not doing that. I did it for scrolls at the very beginning of the playthrough. Feel free to see why. But if you want to check for items, notice that they have filters. I select all 4 of these, and if you want looking specifically for, let's say, a dagger, you could uncheck everything but dagger, or weapon, excuse me, and type dagger up in here and search. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find every dagger that the game has to offer. Some of these are not even in the game, by the way. I think there's a couple that you'll see that are like ridiculously OP, but they don't have a name to them, like the Chaos Shard, which I think the dagger we just picked up. Yeah, chance to confuse an enemy on a hit. But they're overpowered, but they don't have a name, which seems weird. To me, that seems like that's probably something that the modder added to this list. So it's in the game now. You can gift it to yourself now, but again, I wouldn't do so. I do this so I can see, what kind of daggers are in the game, and see if there's one of any particular interest. Lightning Duelist being a fine example. Nice insight bonus to initiative, bonus to your dodge while you're holding it in your hand. It's only a +1 dagger though, but does 1d6 of electric damage per strike. It's kind of cool. It's not amazing, but that initiative could be enough to keep you from being flat-footed every combat. There's another one in here. What's it called? Arcane Protector. This is the one we already have. +1 dagger, again, gives you 3 dodge to your armor class if you're holding it in your hand while you're wielding it, and gives you immunity to the nauseated effect. That's the dagger that if you're running solo and you're a human, not an undead, you can have this in your hand. You don't need to lay poison to stand inside a Stinking Cloud because you're immune to the nausea condition. That's what Stinking Cloud does. Now, it doesn't protect you from other poisons, just nausea. So I can cast Stinking Cloud at my feet and fight solo with this 1 dagger in my hand with a really nice bonus to my armor class, no less. And I can buff that dagger. Remember, I'm a Magus. So I have the ability to make it better than a +1. But that's my point. If you really want to find out, especially as a sword saint where you have to pretty much marry a weapon and that's your weapon for all time, feel free to use this tool just to see what is available in the game. Don't gift it to yourself. Like I said, that's kind of cheating. But you can at least get an idea for what you might expect. For instance, here's a fine reason why I don't go short swords. People are like, oh, why don't you just get something that's, like longsword or short sword or dagger? Here's your short swords. The list is decent. Notice there's not many named ones, and usually those are the best ones. So let's look at, we got Nature's Will, we have Dog Slicer, and All Slayer. 3. It's not to say there's not short swords +4, +5 that are still good, or Corrosive Short Sword +2, Flaming Short Sword +2. So again, there's plenty of difference here. But the named ones, like I said, are almost always the best ones, right? So here's Nature's Will. +2 Vermin Bein. So unless the monster is categorized as vermin, you don't get a +2 extra. It's +2, it could be +4 against vermin. And then it does 2d6 extra damage to the vermin. So this is a really nice one. And vermin, I think, count as those swarms. So this is a really nice one for like wasting on the swarms. Notice he also gives you the ability to cast Summon Nature's Ally at level 2, level 2 at 5th level Druid once a day. I love gear, weapons in general, that give me the ability to cast a spell once a day, twice a day, infinitely. Some are cast at will spells, which is amazing stuff. They're not ever, well, not ever. There's very few that are awesome, but it's nice to have it, is my point. And this is a really nice way, especially if you're like a non-caster type. Let's say you're playing this as a rogue, an actual rogue that doesn't have spells. Having this short sword is pretty cool. Suddenly I can summon allies to my side, and poof, I have a teammates. And it's kind of like your summon monster spell. It's a little different from the druid side of things. They're a little more animalistic in nature and frilly and foofy in my opinion. They still put a whooping on the target though, and it's the same general principle. They distract the targets. They soak up damage that could have gone to you and your team. So again, a decent weapon, a +2 weapon. Look at the other ones down here though. Dog Slicer, hell, it even tells you it's a +1 right off the bat. And that's all it is. It's literally a +1 goblin short sword. You buy it from a goblin, it looks like it's broken, it's got like nicks and cuts in the blade, it looks like shit. But it's a +1 short sword. So again, you could have just as easily grabbed this, it'd be just as good. And this one, I think they overcharge you for it if they try to buy it from them. Then the last one that's named is called the All Slayer. Now this one's actually decent. It's one of the only reasons that this would actually be as bad as this category is, would make it almost worthwhile. It's a +5 keen short sword, so it already has the keen effect. So remember, it crits on a 19 or 20 normally. Now it's critting on a 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay? But notice this. It deals divine damage instead of physical. It bypasses damage reduction of all kinds. Resistances are immune to the target it may possess. So if it hits, it does damage. That's baller. Right there. That's an awesome weapon. The All Slayer. I'm kind of cool with that. And then of course this. It grants the ability to cast invisibility spell. Not greater invis, not vanish, invisibility, which is the one that if you attack, you will break out of the invisibility spell. But if you need to, GTFO, poof, invisibility on your ass, and out you walk from that fight while you chugging potions and doing whatever you need to get the hell out of there. This is a solid buff, and that's a 3-minute buff, because it's a 3rd level wizard casting is what it's telling you here. And notice that it's at will, which means I could cast it this round, go in, sneak attack. I could cast it the next round, go in, sneak attack. Remember, that's awesome. Downside of this, for us Magi, and for anyone else, by the way, activating that spell, I think, counts as your action. It's not like my spell casting, where I can cast invisibility on myself and still swing. I haven't proven that to myself. If I'm wrong, please comment down below. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'll test it to prove that you're right, and I'll correct myself. But if this is the case where you could literally, as a magus, wield that weapon, cast the invisibility at the start of every round, and still swing with the weapon, that's sneak attack damage for at least that first swing, I think, right? That would be pretty cool for someone that's going for like a rogue dip or, a vivisectionist dip for a magus. That'd be pretty cool. And the fact that you have it at will, always can start a fight off invisible. Just saying. Pretty sweet. I'd probably reactivate, if I was soloing with a build like this, I'd probably reactivate that damn invisibility spell on me every 3 minutes. Just saying. Wander around the forest. I'm invisible. Oh, I'm invisible again. I'm invisible. And just do it. You know what I'm saying? So, solid. Another fine example of one that you may like. Again, I mentioned it before. But if you look up axes, there's a ton. Now, notice, remember, that also includes battle axes. So if you wanted to limit your search to just great axes, the ones that I'm thinking of, this is how many great axes, at least, they have in the game. Why do I say at least? You typed in great axe, Brother Mutant. Why is it? Because sometimes it's not in the name. It's a great axe, but they don't call it a great axe. I know this works for one weapon in particular. There's a cutlass in the game, which is basically a scimitar. They don't call it a scimitar. It is a scimitar. It behaves like a scimitar. Any of your feats that benefit you wielding a scimitar will work on that cutlass. But it's not called scimitar at all. But it is a scimitar, and it's called cutlass. So that's what I'm saying. Just because it's in this list here doesn't mean it is everything. So be aware of that. But at least everything in here has great axe in the description somewhere, which means it probably is a great axe. Notice the named ones we got here. We got Mayhem, Lava Forge Axe, the Tempest, Frost Touch, Retribution, Eradicator, Extinguisher, Dragon's Essence, which is baller. I'm going to show you that in here in a second. Capital Punishment, Heat of Battle, Second Execution, Troll Reaper, which we already have on Amiri, remember? Actually, we sold it, matter of fact. That's the one that does 1d6 extra of acid damage. The Vanquisher, which is awesome, and the Destroyer. So again, a ton of great axes. Now, it's a two-handed weapon, and again, as a sword saint, you probably don't want to wield that, but if you were a fighter and wanted to know what would be a good weapon to maybe spec into for like weapon focus, greater weapon focus, all that jazz, to be the best fighter you can be, here you go, baby. Great axe it up and you will have fun. Noticed, I want to show you the Dragon's Essence one, just because there's some that are pretty interesting. Watch this. +5 Dragon Bein, great axe. +5 is your key here, it'd be awesome. +7 against dragons, there's not a bunch in the game. But when you have one, hey man, wouldn't you like to hit it more often than not and do an extra 2d6 to damage? I know I do. But this is the fun part. Once a day you can cast Dragonkind 3 spell. Once a day as a 16th level wizard. So like for 16 minutes or 16 rounds, something like that. You turn into the biggest category of dragon that you can get by spells. That's what Dragonkind 3 is. So level 1 is the, as weird as it sounds, dragon that is the size of a human. I know. Level 2 is the next category of size up. So you're size +1 technically, which is a -1 to your chance of getting hit because you're big. And then if you want the huge category, I think is what the next category is, the third one. That's cast Dragonkind 3. Okay, so this is the ultimate one that you can get in the game. Pretty awesome, and it doesn't limit you to a specific kind of dragon. It sounds like you can cast any, turn into any dragon you want to, which is pretty damn sweet. Why you have a weapon that's made for killing dragons that allows you to turn into one, I don't know. But I'm just going to categorize that under magic. Whatever. I can work with that. But now look at this one here. Is it this one? Yes, the Vanquisher. Remember that boss fight I was talking about in the last video? The guy I'm going to go back and hand him his ass with my necklace just by myself. This is one of the pieces of gear that he has. Just one, guys. That's why I wanted to show this to you. This is the Vanquisher. It is a +5 great axe that has a crit range of 19 to 20. Normally a great axe crits on a nat 20. And when they crit, they do like 3 times the damage, not a times 2. That's why it's still a decent weapon. But this one has a higher crit range. And if I'm not mistaken, while you may think that, well, because it's double the crit range, that means it's a keen version, right? I don't think so. I think this is the normal version for this weapon. What does that mean, Brother Mutant? That means if you make it keen with the magic ability that Sword Saints and all Magi have, which you can do, then instead of it being 19 to 20, it could crit on a 17, 18, 19, 20. See what we just did there? It's a +5 weapon already, so you have all those temporary enhancement points that you can't even use on it, because +5 is the highest category you can have. Well, you can get to a +7, but that's fiddling, and I'll show you that trick later. But the point still is the same. I'm going to have to spend those points anyway, so why not make it a Flaming Frost electric keen weapon of I don't know, Bein, and just go to town with that great axe. And I can get it by like level 12, 13, somewhere around there. That's a pretty potent, beefy weapon. And notice this fun part. On any hit, not even a crit. Sometimes you'll see these bonuses on a crit, it'll do an extra 9 points of damage. No, this is on any hit. It does 10 extra damage. I seriously considered making a Great Axe Saint simply because of this weapon and the fact that I know I can get it early, plus the fact that there are a ton of weapons that we can get early that are Great Axes. Troll Reaper being one of the first. I know there's another one in here that we can get relatively quickly. One of these, more than one of these, matter of fact, is a weapon that you can get from your damn, one of your artisans. He crafts them for you. So that's awesome. So there's a lot in here that's beneficial for you. Anyway, just wanted to show you that. Again, this is a mod, bag of tricks. And again, it is cheating to gift it to you. And again, just to, not that you're going to do this, but if you wanted to gift it to you, you click that right there where it says receive one. Boom. All this other stuff is I can literally make favorites, like say, oh, that's my favorite, so that when I'm looking it up, I can say, just give me my favorites, and poof, it'll give me my favorites. I don't use that either, but again, that's what that little heart's about, just for those of you that know. I don't know what set weed is for. I'm assuming that's a guide? I don't know. Point is, there's a lot of axes in here, battle axes in here. Not so much. I think it's all one word. Yeah. You know, there's a decent number still, but name-wise, there's Earth's Wrath, the Serrator. Serrator's actually kind of cool. And the Unbending Valor, Frost Blade, +3 Freezing Battle Axe. It's nice, it's not amazing. You know, the Corrosive Flaming Battle Axe +2 sounds cool to me. But again, like I said, a lot of these that seem like they're too good to be true might not be in the game. Like I said, I think the modder added this shit because he or she, sorry, I shouldn't just say he or she got tired of not getting the weapons that they wanted. And I kind of dig that because it seems a little weird, to me anyway, it seems weird that the devs didn't include the ability to craft things yourself, or to specifically say, hey bro, I know you're my artisan, you're a weaponsmith, could you make me a kick-ass rapier? I'm not saying a sword, because again, you leave it to chance when you tell him, sure, make me a something. No, I want this. Make me this. A flaming frosting electric acid spilling bastard of sonic damage from hell +5. I'll give you half the kingdom. Okay. No, they don't do that shit for you. So, I'm going to come back down to here. I know this is kind of annoying, guys. I know I've rambled for a bit. But if you ever watch my videos, you know I do that all the time. We're going to go for 4 hours today, so don't feel bad. We're finishing this map and many more. I'm going over here so I can take a knee. So, come over here. Put up a camp, like so. And I want to take a knee because A, I'm wounded, and B, I want to probably switch some spell stuff around. So let's actually do that before we take that knee. She is not doing anything with the stuff that she would normally have. Right? Yes, the buffs are nice. She definitely needs them. At least the mage armor are next to them because they will melee. And I think these guys aren't touch attacking us. I probably should check that, matter of fact, just to prove that to myself, because I know they attack us. So, Skeletal Champion, no. Proto Lich, no. Where's the ones that Ancient Will-O-Wisp attacks? No, it's a touch attack. So, Mage Armor ain't doing shit for us. So I can literally take her spells, and maybe I'll leave the shield spell on because I'm not a complete idiot, and load her up with magic missiles, right? She doesn't have any meta magics that I can use on it, so I can't make it like level 2 versions as well, because that would have been sweet. So that's kind of a drag. I can, I think. Yeah. But again, I can only in that it can be intensified. It can't. It will take it. It will make a level 2 version, but there is no intensified magic missile. It's the same exact spell. It's just a level 1 casting and level 2 casting. And I'm not going to cheat that way. So again, you can do what you want on that stuff. But that's why I'm adjusting that. Also, no, she has C communal. She don't need it. We got Ljuba here. He's going to do that, right? Because he has that in his list. He's buffs right now, so don't look at these numbers. These are actually because of his intelligence increase from my Fox's Cunning. But he has, where did he go? See, communal, resist energy communal, and delay poison communal. So I don't need those from her. And that's fine. I'll put something else up in here. What would I put up in here? Like, what? I'll take heroism. I can do greater magic weapon. That would actually work on her. Matter of fact, let's do that because I have the wand. I can use that on everybody. I'll give her greater magic weapon for hours. Was it 10 hours? I can give her a greater magic weapon, and it'll be what? There's a steadily increases per 4 caster levels. So at level 20, it's 5. So 16, 12. Yeah, she's only level 10, so it'll be +2. Still, it's a +2. +2 to swing, +2 to damage. Basically like heroism, but heroism will stack with it. So I can get her to swinging as a solid bonus now, is my point. So we're going to do that. I can do that for her too, but she doesn't swing with a weapon so much as she casts cantrips, right? And same with him with bombs. They're not something that she can enhance with greater magic weapon. It'll enhance the crossbow in his hand, which he's never probably going to use. So we'll do this one. Haste is a good option, and that's still there. Stinking Cloud, bad option. Let's actually double up on haste. I like that. I don't mind displacement because touch attacks still have to hit you. So I can be casting displacement on her or him and having them tank a little more effectively. And I think I should do so. Here, Bone Shatter's not working for shit. Animate Dead might come in handy. I could just as easily try Wall of Fire. I don't know that it'll work on these damn things. But we know the skeletons will swing and hit. So a couple more never hurt anybody. I could have her go greater invis, so she gets a bonus to her swing. Remember, when you're invisible, and in this case greater invisible, which means it doesn't wear off when you attack. When you swing at a target, you're attacking from invisibility. That means they're flat-footed, I believe, which means that they have all kinds of penalties, like they're losing their dex. So this is a better chance for her to hit a target. It won't last long, maybe a fight, maybe 2 if we rush it. But I'd rather have the skeletons in 2 separate fights. A, it's other things to absorb damage. B, it's other swings, which could do no damage to several damage, depending on how many hit, right? So, kind of on you on that one. But I think Animate Dead's still probably our bread and butter here. I like that. I like this. Here, okay. We can light stuff up with glitter dust and potentially blind them. Nothing wrong with that as a spell choice. Web's not going to work for shit for these floating monsters. Nothing else really in here is going to hit them. Maybe Acid Arrow would work. Because the Acid Cantrip does. So that might be something. So maybe we could try this. We know that I think we know that the Scorching Ray doesn't work. I think I tried that already. Web's not going to work, so I'm just going to triple up on Acid Arrow. Matter of fact, Bone Shaker's not going to work either, so we might as well just quadruple up on that shit. You know? I feel good about that. Now, is there anything else? She doesn't have Owl's Wisdom. I was looking for that because I can use Owl's Wisdom on her to buff her up. I think we might have a potion for that, though. So she's solid here. Juby, anything you're changing up. First, what do you have? Remember, we're not using that slot. These are staples. Happily keeping all of them. They'll last us for 10 minutes, which will probably be the rest of the fight. Multiple minutes. And I don't think we're using delayed poison, so we might as well just say screw that and get rid of that and put in another resist energy. Right? Just so we don't have to worry about it. 10 minutes and then another 10-minute one, so we can cast one or the other. I could do haste, though. Just because. So again, on you, it will work on the team because it's AoE centered on Juby. But I think resist energy twice is probably a solid choice. Here, I do like this combo. Extra armor for him is not a bad idea, so Blur is still a good choice. But is there anything else in here I could replace? Eagle Splinter, there's no reason for him to be pretty. Seeing Viz, we already have Communal. Aid, it's a morale bonus, and so is Heroism, by the way, so it won't stack. The only thing that this would do for Jubilos will give him some temporary hit points, which is good. Don't get me wrong, I'll take them, but it's still one of those where I can't see slopping something out for it. Well, I take that back. If I did, I would do it like this. Get rid of one of the blurs. He only needs one. We'll do like that. This will give him some temp hit points, and I cast Heroism on him. Of course, it'll be neutered, but the hit points will still be there. But the Cat's Grace and the Intelligence is definitely useful. Barkskin just because I'm used to having it on him for protection. Now over here, let's just equip stuff again. What do we got? Reduce Person. I have potions. I don't really need them, but it never hurts to have one. Shield Spell. Why not give him some protection? I could put Enlarge Person on someone else if I had Infusion, which we do not have. So if I cast this, it'll cast it on Jubilos, it'll become bigger. That's not helping him in any way with his bombs. So pass. Bomber's Eye is broken. It should be a bonus to your attack rolls with bombs. It does not work as far as I know. And it should give you a farther range. And again, as far as I know, that does not work. So don't bother with Bomber's Eye. It's been broken since the game got released. The targeted bomb and mixture one does work though. And this is the one where it's single target, where he doesn't get splash damage. So if you just have a main bad guy, chug this shit before the fight and just bomb, and the damage you'll see is a lot higher. But downside of that is he has to hit. There is no splash damage. So you see how he's been missing lately? He's still doing like 5 points of damage, 7 points of damage or whatever. That's because of the splash. I take the splash away if I use this on him. So see what I'm saying? That's why I'm not really using it. Fire Belly's still a solid buff for him for protection. Not that he uses it in this fight. I suppose I could use True Strike for the next combat round to make sure he hits with a bomb. That seems kind of a waste. So I'd be more inclined to put in, say, Expeditious Retreat so he can zip around. So I'm cool with that. Those ones are staples. We're done. Okay. And
I'll take care of
mine. I can hit them with these. They won't land. Right? So again, we're back to the same issue. Magic missiles are nice. I'm still keeping one because I'm keeping one. You never know when some other bad guy's going to fight you. And while, yes, I could do Reduce Person to have a better chance to, to have armor and to hit, I'm not a reflex-based caster. I would probably want Enlarged Person so that I could hit harder. Better weapon size category for my sword. But then I'm going to be at a penalty to swing because my dex goes down. My size category is bigger, which means it's harder to hit those teeny tiny skulls. So pass on that. So I feel like we're good there. Here, The summon 6 goblins trick is not going to work. Probably better to have another mirror image, just in case. That's not going to work. That's not... Well, that might work. Let me look at that real quick. That probably won't work. Snowball might work. We should have yet to try Snowball. And I could do Bull Strength for my character. Remember, I have a +2 right now for my belt, but this will be a +4. So it'll override the belt, so to speak. But that's still another +1 on my swing. And I'm kind of okay with that. Frigid Touch. Spell Resistance. So again, if it says Spell Resistance, these guys are not going to be hit by it. So again, that's why I'm not. This one doesn't have Spell Resistance. So I'm thinking Snowball might work. I'm not going to be good at shooting at it, but it's worth a try. From here, I definitely want to buff up with Fly. Remember, that's more dodge from melee, and that is dodge. That's touch attack. So when these little skulls are trying to touch attack me, this would have been a +3 to my armor. That would have been worth having on my character, or on her character for that matter. But up to you. Matter of fact, let's actually double up on that. I can give one to me, one to her. This one has a spell resistance, so it's not going to do a damn bit of good in this fight. Slow spell resistance, Stinking Cloud doesn't, but I don't think these things can puke. So, haste. Oh, displacement. Rather have protection. Okay. Quick save that mess. Now, with that, this video's gone on long enough. Let's actually cut the video here. We'll take a knee and start the next video. So let me chop it. I'll be right back.